Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Tuesday, December 2nd, 2014. My name is Nick Santiago. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. You're going to see the S&P 500 E-mini futures are trading higher this morning by about 3.25 points. Futures really have been all over the map. They traded as high as 2059 and as low as 2052. Right now they're settling in around 2053 and 3/4 per contract. Yesterday the markets did have a pretty sizable sell-off day. Today they're really just playing the flat game. They're really just holding steady for the most part, up a little, down a little, but for the most part they are positive at the moment. So we'll see how this trading day plays out. I'm not seeing anything all that terrific out here, but nonetheless, it looks like the market is trading higher, basically on the back of a stronger dollar yen, and I'm going to show you that chart now. So everyone should always keep this on the radar. Dollar yen this morning is trading higher by about 79 cents. Take a look here at the daily chart. This is making a new multi-year high. As long as dollar yen remains strong, generally the stock markets will remain strong. You could see here, though, once I show you a 10-minute chart, that dollar yen over the last 20 minutes has started to pull back a little bit. Once that happens, you'll usually see the S&P 500 start to pull back, and that is the case as well. So again, keep dollar yen front and center. That's going to be a pretty important chart today. Again, dollar yen making new multi-year highs this morning. All right, there are some stocks in the news. Let's get right into them. Let's go to Mattress Firm, MFRM. MFRM. There we go. So Mattress Firm Holdings stock closed at $69.62. It is now trading at $69.55. Again, this stock I believe had earnings, so you want to watch this one this morning. It will be in play. It was moving around a little bit earlier. As you can see, it's been all over the map. Traded as high as 72 and as low as 68 yesterday after the closing bell. However, right now settling in at $69.55. So this one will be in play today at some point in time. A level on the upside I would watch for resistance would be much higher, probably around $74 area. But on the downside, I love the $60 area. This sometimes is a light volume name, so it can be a big mover. Rarely does it trade a million shares. So that's why those levels I'm giving you are so wide. But keep them on the radar. If price does trade down to around $60.32, I think that's where you could pick it up on the long side. Until then, we'll look at it intraday. We'll see how it plays out. If you want to see everything that we're doing, come on over, take a 7-day free trial to the intraday stock chat. You'll see all of our plays there. Let's take a look at Thor Industries, ticker symbol THO. Right now the stock is trading at $56.75. It closed at $57.83 yesterday. So this is one that is a little bit weaker. It looks like they came out with earnings as well. I don't think they made estimates, but the market doesn't really care about that. Either way, stock does have a little bit of support around 55.42. I'm going to have gap levels for this one. I think just looking at the equity right now, I can isolate some pretty decent gap levels. But watch that $55.20 level. There seems to be a fair amount of short-term support around there if it does trade down there. After that, I'll have other levels for you in Thor. Remember, this stock is also on the thin side, and what I mean by thin is that it rarely trades a million shares. So stocks that trade such little volume each and every day, usually the float is not that big, and it doesn't take a lot of shares to move the equity. It's usually a big spread between the bid and the ask also. So keep that on your radar today, but also be a little bit cautious with it. It's not the easiest of equities to day trade. Let's take a look at Royal Caribbean. I believe their stock is being added to the S&P 500. Stock is trading at $75.75. It closed yesterday at $72.29. I do not see much upside here for Royal Caribbean at all. It is definitely being added to the S&P 500. That's the positive. The negative for it is that it's overbought and it's extended. It looks like the market has already baked this into the cake. So again, be a little bit careful with that. I'm not really seeing anything else. If you own it, I would just trail the stop loss. I would not be a buyer, and I repeat, I would not be a buyer of Royal Caribbean up here at these levels. All right, let's move on to the next one. I'm going to talk about Corning, GLW. It looks like they bought Samsung's fiber optics unit. Stock is trading at $20.90, really not moving around in the pre-market. It has upside to 22. 22 should be a wall of resistance on the daily chart. If the stock sold off, the only level I really like it would be $18.23, $18.23 that is. That's a level where I would look to buy GLW, which is Corning Glass or Corning Inc. as it's called. Let's take a look at Biogen IDEC. I don't know the news here, but I do see that the stock traded all the way up to $325. There's a ton of resistance here. Do not chase Biogen right here. I would consider a fade this morning around this 325 area. So again, I would not be a buyer of Biogen up here at these levels. If you own it, trail the stop loss, or you may even want to consider to take profits around the 325 area. But either way, I do not think this has any more upside. I do not know the news. You could check it out for yourself. There's always some kind of biotech news going on out there. But this is one that I would not be a buyer of. In fact, I would almost look to fade it up here around 325. Looking at the gold miners this morning, a lot of gold miners are getting hit. The GDX, which closed in 1971, is trading at 1921 today. So there are a lot of little smaller gold mining stocks that are coming under pressure. So just be aware of that. We're going to look at a lot of gold mining stocks this morning. I think gold miners are still good trades, provided you get them at the right level, especially for day trades. Let's take a look at ticker symbol CODE. This is Spansion Inc. They are being bought out by Cypress Semiconductor. So good little pop. If you own it, there's nothing to do here. Stock closed yesterday at $22.85. It is now trading at $27 a share. If you own it, trail the stop loss. You never know. Maybe somebody else will come in to buy it. I doubt it. But either way, you have nothing to lose there. And, congratulations. If you don't own it, I would not jump on it here. The trade is over. They are being bought out by Cypress Semi. Let's take a look at good old CY. CY right now is trading at $11.79. It closed at $10.43. I don't see much upside here for Cypress, so this is trading higher. Even though they are the acquiring company, they are going to make the purchase to buy CODE. But when I see something like this, be a little bit careful. This is susceptible for a pullback after the opening bell. So be careful with Cypress here. I do not think there's any more upside in that chart. Let's take a look at AVNR. This is Avenar. They are being bought out, I believe, as well. So I'm not sure of the company that's buying them. If you own Avenar Pharmaceuticals, just trail your stop loss. There's no play here. You don't have to get out of it. Just trail your stop loss up here. Put it right around 1675 and see if some other competing offer comes in. Maybe. I doubt that will happen. But either way, this company is being taken over. And great move. Congratulations there. So again, just as I repeated earlier, we're going to be watching a lot of the gold mining stocks today. We'll keep those on the radar, and we'll see how this market plays out once the opening bell rings a little bit later today in about an hour. Looking over at the gold market, gold is getting hit today. It's down about $17, $18 to $1,200 an ounce. Yesterday, gold had an unbelievable rally, an unbelievable move. But it looks like it got a little bit ahead of itself, might be a little bit tired there. Today, the GLD is trading at 115.56. It closed at 116.58 yesterday. So the GLD is trading down about $1. We'll watch this intraday. I'm not sure we're going to see all that much downside from here, but hey, you never know. Let's see how it plays out. The reason for the sell-off in gold today is simple. It's just a stronger dollar-yen. Dollar-yen is roaring and soaring this morning. When that usually goes up, gold and gold miners will normally come down. So again, dollar-yen making a new multi-year high this morning, and that currency pair certainly affects the gold and gold miners each and every day. Let's take a look at crude oil. Crude oil is trading down 92 cents to $68.08 a barrel. Let's go over to the USO, and what you're going to see here for the USO is that it is trading down a little bit now to around $25.84. Closed at $26.31. Really had a good day yesterday, but definitely oil is definitely giving back some today. The oil trade is still very vulnerable. It's still very volatile and vulnerable, so you want to be careful there with crude. There's a lot of highly leveraged funds out there and a lot of highly leveraged companies out there that are being negatively affected by this high oil, by this low oil price. So again, Be a little bit careful out there with the oil companies. It is a very tricky trade. All right, I think I covered everything that I wanted to get through today. Again, come on over to the intraday stock chat. We'll post everything up. The video will be posted up at 9 o'clock in the morning. Whatever gap plays I have, I think I only have one this morning. That'll be posted up at 9 o'clock as well. With that being said, everybody, futures right now trading up 3.25 points. We'll see where this market plays out to. But yesterday was a pretty good sell-off day. We'll see if we get any follow-through today, or do we just get that flat to sideways market. But either way, there should be some decent intraday trading going on. With that being said, have a great morning, great trading day, and we will see you on the charts.